Good evening and welcome to our show, Tuning Into Your Angels. I'm your host, Thomas Knights Templar, and to my left.
Hi, I'm Lisa DiGennaro, spiritual enthusiast. And to our right.
Hi, I'm Claudia from Montreal, Claudia Canuto.
Also known as?
Also known as Staten Island Medium.
See? It was self-proclaimed. Anyway, let me introduce our guest. This is Mary Silvernail. Mary, tell them about yourself.
Hi, I'm Mary Silvernail, and I write an angel column all about angels for newspapers and magazines, and another column, Ask Your Angels. And I'm a professional astrologer and a medium and a psychic and a shaman, etc., and a hypnotist. But all the work that I do has to do with the angels' assistance.
Chrisitine Schiavone is a staple here at CTV.
That's right. I have a show called Spiritual Exploration. It's on Friday night at 10 p.m. FiOS Channel 35, Spectrum Channel 79. I'm also on at YouTube. Just go to Spiritual Exploration at YouTube. I got about 90 shows there that people could choose, past shows if they want to see. And that's about it. Thank you.
That was a good plug, wasn't it? Anyway.
Well, what else did you want me to say?
Okay, let's start. Mary, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
In your practice, I know you have Hope Hypnosis Center.
Yes,
Okay.
I have Hope Hypnosis and
tell them where that
Center.
is.
That's in Waretown, New Jersey, at the Jersey Shore.
Okay, you can go to the beach while you're there. Tell us how you incorporate the angel. I see you have a bunch of statues there.
Oh, yeah. I brought just a few of my statues. But if you ever came to my office, you would see that the office is covered with angels because the angels are the ones that are really doing the work. Right. Because, as I stated before, I'm a hypnotist, and when I do hypnotherapy, I ask the assistance also of the angels for my clients. I may not be discussing that with my clients, but that's who's helping them. When I do any of my healings, my energy healings, any of my readings, I'm always working with the angels. And sometimes I call on specific angels for specific things.
Yes.
Yes.
What I find is that when you are dealing with people and they are of the 3D realm, they don't understand that they can connect to their angels like that.
Instantaneous.
Just accepting them, all right? And that changes their whole life from that point forward.
Yes, it does.
Okay, I know when I'm doing healing work, me and Christine have done a lot of it, Claudia and I have done some, and the people get better, but I always call for angelic help when I'm doing that. You know, I'm calling on the power of the Holy Spirit, Jesus, and God, the Godhead. But when I'm projecting it, I'm sending the angels that do the specific healing for what they need.
It's the angels that are doing it. We're just channels, we're just vessels. And one of the types of healing that I do is Holy Fire Karuna Reiki. And I also teach that.
I know you got that, and you got me a couple of times.
Yeah. So, yes. So, because you can do a distant healing or one-on-one. But I have to say that Holy Fire, to me, that's the Holy Spirit. So
That's right.
who I work with in my entire practice, all the work that I do, Tommy, even my readings, has to do with
Direction
the
of the
angels and the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I have to tell you something else. My private office is all painted blue in honor of Archangel Michael. And I have a huge picture, beautiful picture of Michael. And Michael is the one who's in charge in my office, in my healing space.
Okay.
He's extremely strong. I brought a statue of Michael here.
Yeah.
You know, he's really the leader. I think we all know that. I know you work a lot with Michael,
Yeah, I work
don't
with
you?
Michael a lot, yes.
Yes.
Steve, can you bring that in?
And this is Archangel Michael, which most people are very familiar with Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael is a tremendous protector of children and gives an awesome amount of empowerment. And when people need the help of Michael and need strength, all they have to do is just simply say, Michael, I need you now. And he's instantly there, just
right.
like what you were saying before.
What I do is I call upon them and then they just say, I release this to you.
Yes, and a lot of police officers.
Well, yeah, my son has he's a police officer. He has the badge and his St. Michael.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That was the first thing I got him.
Protector.
And Claudia?
Well, I work a lot with Saint Raphael, which
Speak up,
is
speak up.
the picture we have always behind us on the show is of him. Because mostly all the healings I've done or asked for people to be healed is through him. I've always asked him.
Absolutely.
He's the healer.
Well, he's the healer,
Archangel.
I've only
Raphael, the
basically worked with just him, besides Jesus and Mother Mary and God. But of all the angels, it's only him that I go and bother. I don't bother
Oh,
anybody
I'm
else.
sure they don't consider it being bothered.
I
They're
think
there
I
because
could
they
be,
want to be.
But I think I'm a little bit of a nuisance. I believe so.
Just a little
Yeah,
pest.
just all day long.
Just
Can
that
you help me?
little scratch you can't
I
itch.
have Raphael here.
Okay.
I
He's
have-
very hard to find as far as statues go.
He's
I
right there.
know.
Yeah.
Here's Archangel
not as
Raphael.
popular.
He carries the fish,
Yeah.
and he also takes care of pets very well. But yes, he is the natural healer. This is,
Yeah.
and you know, I got to tell you,
Isn't he a matchmaker too?
Yes, he is.
yeah,
Yes.
because you know why? He rules the heart chakra, along with Archangel Shamuel. Well, this is of my belief.
Shamuel.
Shamuel, Shamuel. some
Shamuel
people
sounds
say
like- it's like the-
Camule.
what are you calling
Some
them?
people, I know, some people pronounce them all differently. But when I'm doing a Reiki session, I call upon Archangel Raphael every
Okay.
time. Absolutely, any of my energy healing, absolutely. The thing is that different angels really have a lot to do with different chakras. So if somebody's having a problem with their throat, that's when I work with Michael, and
Okay.
you know. So, but you're right. I mean, you call upon Raphael. I agree with you 100%. That's
Well,
all you need.
there's-
Well, let's face fact. Any of the angels we call on. That's all we need.
When I lost my voice, I was calling on Sandalphon because he's supposed to be the angel,
Yes.
the archangel of music and singing.
Yes.
And I was calling on him.
Yes.
And he just gave it back to me now. Thanks. What was I, on the slow road to China? Anyway,
Be grateful.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah, be grateful.
I am
Always
gra- I
have
am-
to be
believe me.
grateful.
I am grateful.
Right.
I am
Attitude
grateful.
of
Christine.
gratitude.
You heard this some enchanted evening.
Yes,
It's
I
coming
did.
back.
Beautiful.
It's coming back.
I heard you singing it before.
It's coming back.
But that's
Absolutely.
because the show was today, so you needed your voice for today's show.
You should have
That's
seen
right.
it when I
You
did my
didn't
other
need it.
show.
You didn't
Oof.
need it last week. You needed it today.
That's true. What else you got there?
Oh, who else do I have? Well, now, this is who I call upon anytime I'm going to
Metatron.
be No,
No?
this is
Who?
Gabriel.
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 Archangel
Right, it's only-
Hands in the
Gabriel.
back.
Oh yeah, Metatron's in the back.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, we'll talk
Okay.
about him. But this is Archangel Gabriel, and Gabriel helps women who would like to become pregnant and things like that. Issues in reference to motherhood. Also, when I'm in the middle of finishing up my book. My angel book, because I write the All About
No, I
Angel
know.
column, but I'm in the middle of a book that I'm almost done with.
With that specific
Anyway, and
title,
Gabriel helps me writing because Gabriel is the communicator. He's the
He is.
messenger.
He
He's
is.
the
He's
one
the
that
messenger.
gave all the messages.
well, he's got that connotation to him as helping women with babies and things like
Yes.
that
because
he brought the message
To the
uh,
Blessed
to
Mother.
to
the
Blessed Mother Mary.
Okay.
And you see, and now whenever you see Gabriel, usually he's white because white is his color. He comes on a beautiful ray of white light. And he has a quill in his hand, a feather in his hand that he writes with. He's the messenger.
Okay. Any questions on that one, Lee?
No.
You look like you
but
wanna ask something.
I'm curious about, you said you did a certain kind of Reiki.
Oh, yes.
And how does that differ from other kinds? Because I
I
know
was going to ask you
Christine.
that too after
All
the
right, all
show
right, all right.
because
Yeah.
She does.
I've never heard of that.
She does
Yes.
magnified healing.
And yes,
And-
Yes,
and,
but then
and
there's
Reiki.
Reiki that you're saying I know you're a
Reiki
Reiki
is
master.
different. Yes, I'm a Reiki master.
You're a Reiki
but
master.
the Reiki that you mentioned before, what was it?
Okay.
Karuna.
I am this is the long, with each title comes, each level comes just like if you're in karate and what color belt, et cetera, et cetera. I am the high, this is not bragging, please. Holy
No, don't let it
Spirit.
look like that. Does it
Okay,
look like that?
but it's just that I didn't even realize that I was going to be receiving Corona. I was one of the original group with William Lee Rand. You know who he is? William Lee Rand? He's
no.
like the #1 Reiki master
You
in
know
the
that there are
world.
12 levels above master if you really want to go.
Absolutely.
But you would be doing that and nothing else with your
Right,
life.
exactly.
know?
But I have, it's the Usui, Holy Fire, Karuna,
Well, he's the
Reiki
father.
Master,
He's the father of
teacher.
Reiki.
Yes, Dr. Usui.
Dr. Usui.
This is,
Oh, yeah, he's the one that brought Reiki. He's the one that Dr. Usui he was a Japanese man
Yes.
who started. He got the Reiki. I think he got it from somehow or other. He got the information from the monks who were keeping it to themselves. They didn't want anybody to have it, especially not women.
he was attuned and inspired with Reiki. The first attunement had actually come while he was on Mount Karuma when he was up in temple
21
with
day
them.
fast.
Yes, thank you very much. That I forgot. But he was in a waterfall, and his crown chakra was activated by the energy of the water.
Kinetic.
And
It's kinetic. It's
God
constant movement.
bestowed upon him
Yeah.
the energy of the Reiki, and then when he would go, when he would touch someone, he was able to heal them. And then it has to be, as you know, you're a
But you-
Reiki master, you hand it down. You have to physically hand it down. But it's an energy healing. There's a lot of different forms of energy healing. I mean, I do Native American healing also, and it's still energy healing.
Well, my magnetic healing.
Magnified.
Magnified healing. Look at magnetic. Anyway, people would say to me, "Does it have anything to do with magnets?" No, it doesn't. Magnified healing is a healing that is under the auspices of Kuan Yin.
Oh, I love Kuan Yin.
Isn't she? I have her statue with my saints.
Oh, yeah.
And Kuan Yin is the head of magnified healing in the upper realms. And
beautiful.
when you're doing magnified healing, you turn to Kuan Yin. She helps you, and Kuan Yin promises that if you receive a magnified healing during your lifetime, that when your time comes to go to the other side, she will be there to take you by the hand and guide you.
That's so beautiful.
Isn't it?
So beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I do past life regression as a hypnotist, and due to that fact, you know, I believe in reincarnation very strongly. And there are those that believe that the same soul essence of Kuan Yin is also of Mother Mary.
Yes,
she's an
yes.
a- she's an
That's
as-
what I was taught when I took the magnified healing class. Yes.
Mother Mary.
She's the essence
Yeah.
of Mother Mary.
Mother Mary is, and Kuan Yin is an aspect of Mother Mary. She's the Asian version. The Blessed Mother has appeared to a lot of different people, and she comes as an ethic person
Somebody
of
that they
of
can relate
that
to.
they can relate to.
Right.
And Mother Isis is supposed to be the female yin to yang of God. So Isis is, and then Mother Mary and Kuan Yin and all of them.
The masculine and feminine.
Yes, yes. God is both.
I had a question concerning your native Indian healing that you just
Yes,
mentioned.
yes.
Can you just describe what that is?
Okay. Well, I do a lot of I do a lot of rattling, drumming in the session, but I also include many times when I'm doing an energy healing, a Reiki healing, I'll ask my client, would you like to have also a Native American healing included? And the majority of the time, 99% of the time, they say yes. And what it is Great Spirit, Holy Spirit, same energy. And I call upon Great Spirit, same as calling upon Holy Spirit, and bring that energy in. I do extractions, and we're pulling off a lot of negative energy. Also soul retrieval, things like that. That's really what's going on but it's all energy healing. It's still energy healing.
The reason I asked that is
Yes.
I went to a center to do some healings one particular day, and a lady, she saw me walk in, and she says, "Do you know you have a whole bunch of Indians behind you?" And I said, "What kind of Indians? What do you mean by Indians?" And
The
she's-
Cleveland Indians.
And I'm thinking from India, I don't know what to make of it. And she says the Native Indians, a whole bunch of them, when you do your healings, they follow you. So I was just curious on why that is.
I feel very strongly that she's correct, and the reason I feel strongly about that, Claudia, is because of the beautiful healing work that you do. You know, it seems that for you to have such tremendous blessings and gifts in the work that you do in this lifetime, you have had many, many lifetimes of doing this.
Okay.
And when these Native Americans, that they're your spirit guides, they're the ones that are helping you and following you.
In other words, they've been with her throughout all of
Yes,
these lifetimes.
exactly.
It was just one
Wow.
person that mentioned that, so I
But
thought
I
that
could
was a
see
little.
that and feel
Okay.
it very
Okay.
strongly about
Well, that's very
you.
good.
Very, very strongly.
I have a
Sorry,
Native
shouldn't
American
be-
And the
spirit
color
guide.
blue seems that color blue represents them. Is that correct?
The color blue?
Like a turquoise or a bright blue?
Turquoise.
Turquoise.
Turquoise is the
Okay.
stone.
Yes. Now, whenever I do any Native American ceremony,
Okay.
which I do a lot of fires and things like that, and whenever I'm doing anything to do with that, I'm wearing turquoise, and the reason is because turquoise are actually the diamonds for
Native
Native
Americans.
American people.
They just told me, they said that it's because turquoise is ground. It's the American Indian, Native Americans, geez. Anyway, they're connected to the land, and turquoise is of the land.
Okay.
That's true, and plus turquoise has qualities
Quality,
that
yeah.
have tremendous healing values emotionally and physically, yes. But that's what we view as wearing our diamonds.
I see. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You want turquoise?
I
Maybe you
love,
can make a
I love,
bracelet.
I have
Okay.
many,
All right.
but it's a beautiful color.
Okay,
And I've
let's
always
let's
loved
look
it.
at how we incorporate. I know you call on St. Raphael. You can give an example of
And you call me to call upon Saint Raphael.
all the time. I
All
call
the
upon
time.
him too. And
Can you
I know
call-
he's there.
Can
I
you
said,
call him, send him over here?
yeah, but you send him Western Union. I got to wait for him to show up. You know?
I send him instant. I
she
have
overnights.
instant. With him, I have a very long relationship with him for maybe almost 27 years worth of just dealing with him.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, and
So
so that's why I
beautiful.
feel a little, like I feel like I would betray him in a way if I deal with anybody else, because he's
Yeah.
the unique one for me. Honestly, I don't know, it might sound strange.
Not at
but I
all.
deal with just him, and I call upon him, and I know he's always there. That's why I say I'm a little bit maybe too persistent, and I call upon him a little bit too much, but I have people from all over texting me or
look at
calling
that.
me to when somebody has an accident, they say, can you send your friend over or your buddy over? That's how they call him.
Your buddy.
Because we need him right away, and I do. And they get instant results.
She says to me, yes, I said, I'm calling St. Raphael to come to, I was really sick. I was sick for quite a while.
Right.
And, I was getting better. She says to me, he's not with you because he's always with me. So it certainly made me feel much better.
That's cute.
So you gotta ask her to send him to you then.
That's what he does.
I
That's what he
do.
does.
You have to share, Claudia.
Kind of like
Right?
I sing you Michael all the time.
he's exclusive.
And what we do,
Exclusive.
Chris and I have done many healings. We've done healings, even people come here when we do our shows for that, or we go to their homes or whatever it is. And there's something unique about when we put our energies together,
Yeah, yeah. We get results
we
all
get
the time.
super results.
Super
you know?
results, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I mean, I did that one time with, you were here too, did that with Rita Giganti.
Yeah.
Oh, that
And
show.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were working on Kathy, and I was, at the time, just getting better. And she had the surgery and stuff. We were healing, scarring and everything else like that. And you knew it. Rita was cooking. She was on top, and I was doing the, hands-on, and she was like, you could feel it right through it. It was got intensely hot, and she's been better. She's always better. Gets better like this. You know, we've done things not only with people, we've done things for animals.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely
Oh, yes.
animals.
It works on
Yeah.
It also works
Yeah.
on situations. If you
Yes.
want to send some positive energy to a negative situation, you could do that.
We've done that.
Turn it around.
We've done that.
And it actually makes them stronger.
Yes.
When by asking them to do something for you, it just makes their presence even stronger. Same with spirit guides. As long as you're aware that they are around you, they become stronger. Before people know, maybe they don't feel it as much. But once you are aware of it, they take over.
Well, sometimes people sense angels around them. Sometimes they might feel a little bit of a breeze or a touch.
Yeah.
Or when you find feathers.
Feathers.
Oh, the
Yeah.
feathers.
I find dimes.
The feathers.
Oh,
the
oh,
dimes.
Dimes
You're
and
finding
feathers.
dimes?
Yeah,
Since-
I tell
since
them,
you
send a
spoke-
couple hundred.
Since you spoke to me, huh? That was my thing.
Yeah, well, you must have sent it to me then.
Because people that I tell the story, I've been finding them since I was young. They start finding dimes afterwards.
I find the dimes like crazy.
Do you keep
I
them?
find dimes.
You know, the best is I was
them.
talking to Josephine Perron. Right?
Yeah.
I was talking to her on the phone, and she was sending me some energy, and I was just laying down and stuff, and out of the corner of my eye, I seen something glistening on the ground, and I took a picture. I sent it. It was up against my television stand. How the hell it got there? I don't know.
You
But it
never,
was there.
you never
I done.
question it.
No, I didn't question it. Every time I pick them up, I always thank God, and I thank Him for the symbol of abundance. And
Do you keep
that's
them?
it. Yes, I have. I keep them with my crystals.
Okay.
And what I would recommend to most people, that everybody, is that you have a God presence within you, and you need to recognize that, because when you do, then what it is that we do, you can do.
Yeah.
All right. You have to awaken the God presence in you. If you want true healing, that comes from within. All right. God sees through your eyes. It's the only thing in your body from the time you were born to the time you die that is concurrent. It's constant. All right. Everything else changes. You don't have one cell in your body from the time you were a baby. Not one.
Every 11 months, our cell structure changes.
But we change every single day. But the point of it is that you don't have anything from a teenager in you. You don't have anything from adolescence, all the way through. Because the only thing that stays constant is the eyes. Everybody wants to, well, God sees everything. Of course He does, because He sees right from here.
Yeah.
You're God's creature. You're His creation. Right? You can't be fallible. The thing that made us have choices in this world is the sin that Adam and Eve did that basically cursed mankind. And Jesus died to erase that, okay? But you still have what they call free choice, all right? And the problem is because we had that, everybody's, you notice it, especially today, everybody's trying to one-up everybody. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's
Oh,
true.
I got this, well, screw you. You gotta stop that. You gotta come from the heart, because that's where God lives in your heart,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the
Yes.
angels. If you don't come from there, then you're just gonna go through this life in the 3D world and be just what it is. What do you think?
What do you
I
mean
think
by
it's-
3D world?
3D is the level that, I call it the drone level, where people just go through life. They let life happen to them rather than them happen to life.
Do they believe in an afterlife, or?
They believe in an afterlife because, listen, like Aldefina says all the time, okay? She says this all the time, right? Religion teaches you to worship the light, okay? Scientists investigate the light. Spiritualists create the light. And I believe that's wholeheartedly.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
And the more that is given out, the more it multiplies
Your best.
and raises up the energy and vibration on this earth.
Well, there needs, you guys better get really busy because this earth is in trouble. It's like,
Why
know,
don't you,
actually,
why
it's
don't you
not
take some
funny.
classes and join in?
Well,
Yeah.
the
well,
thing-
I send my positive, energy out to people and things all the time, but just in a different way.
The thing that I would tell you is that, especially people out there, don't hold on to hate.
Oh, no,
Because
it's
the only
very
thing that
tiresome to keep
but
feeling that
you don't
feeling.
hold on to hate, because if you let it go, and even if you really don't feel it in your heart, you must acknowledge that you love the person. You're allowed to love the person, but you're allowed to hate the sin. Okay, so if that person, I don't know, did something to you that was, you have to love the person, but you can hate the sin if you want.
I went to an expo recently, and there was an angel healing lady there, which we should call her in too. I'm going to have her on a show eventually. But she was giving each person a 5-minute session. And so when I was sitting in the chair, and one thing that she said was very interesting and really good. She said, she's talking about forgiveness. And she says, if
That's
you
right.
can't forgive somebody, say to God, God, I'm having a hard time forgiving this person, so will you do it for me?
Okay.
Will you forgive him for me because I can't do it?
What I do
And
with
it
that,
works just the same?
yeah, it
What's
does.
that?
It works just the same?
Yeah.
It's by proxy. They call it
Okay.
by proxy. That's why you have a person who's like at the end of their life, or they're very sick, and one foot here, one foot on the other side. Once they've seen the other side, they usually opt to go. Okay, but the thing is if you only take love with you, and all these animosities that we have in this life that's created by everything you see around you sets people against each other. You figure if you take the entire population of this world and you take the population of the people who are in charge of each one of these countries and you eliminated them, you wouldn't hate anybody.
Yeah, it's true.
It's them through the media, which is their tool,
Yeah.
that makes you hate.
Yes.
And the hatred, okay, is what causes all the problems in this world.
Right. You're right. Yeah.
All right?
That's a
If you
good
learn to
theory.
send love, you don't have to even mean it. You have to say it. I send love to these people. You start to change. You start the chain reaction that causes things to get better.
And verbally is stronger than
That's
just
right.
thinking it.
That's right. Everything you say has energy.
Yes.
Everything you say.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, as it said in one of the books, I know that you have it out there, your word is your wand.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
you're programming it. So
that's true. So you have to be careful with that.
what you say.
Like so many people, like we've discussed this before, but so many people, like they claim stuff to themselves that if they would just let it go, they would be better and it wouldn't happen. Oh, I keep on meeting the same kind of men. Well, guess what?
That's what
You
you're
got that
drawing.
target on your back that you keep on drawing it. You keep on saying you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Okay? I get this one that keeps on posting all the time on Facebook. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm up. I can't sleep. Keep on telling yourself that. You're self-hypnotizing
Well, that's
yourself.
just like taking ownership of a disease.
That's
Oh,
right.
My cancer, my diabetes, my blood
Sciatic.
pressure, my sciatic, or whatever. When you say mine,
It's yours.
it's yours.
You got it.
That's it.
That's it, right?
say
You
that.
own it.
Yeah.
Well, when you were talking about love before and forgiveness, I work a lot also with Archangel Shamuel, who I didn't bring a statue of, sorry.
Who?
Shamuel. C-H.
Samuel.
Shamuel. Okay. C-H-A-M-U-E-L. Well, anyway.
You call him Shamuel. It sounds like he's calling some kind of name.
That's how I'm telling you.
It's Shamuel.
Okay. Oh,
Zedekiah.
You sound like my daughter. She's an English major and constantly correcting me. But anyway.
I wouldn't
I'm
correct
sure
you.
the
Angel of
angel
love. Thank
listens
you.
to her,
Thank you.
even
Okay.
if
That's right.
Thank you.
Intention
But
is
anyway,
everything.
Do you
The
notice that
point I
there's
wanted
4
to
women
make-
up here and I'm...
Okay.
And you're smack
yes.
in the middle.
So there's an important point I
You're
wanted
smack
to
in the
make
middle.
because, and what it is, and I'm doing this with you right now. When someone upsets you, or if you're angry with them, or if you're having a hard time forgiving them, if you send out this beautiful pink light
Of
or
love.
pink mist around them, and just close your eyes and imagine it surrounding them, it will actually soften your heart towards them. And it will make a nice conductor of love. And many times I advise my clients when they're looking for love to do that with someone that they love. But when you're having a hard time forgiving someone,
Yeah.
if you do that, then Archangel Shamuel will come immediately.
That's right.
Immediately.
That's right.
Immediately.
I can't snap with the other hand. I can do it with this one.
You know, when you're talking about angels, then you have the UL or Gabriel, and this, that EL or UL at
Yes.
the end signifies of God.
Of
Of God,
God,
yeah.
absolutely, 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 of God.
Very good.
But then we have Can I
Metatron.
say, yeah, now, go ahead. You say his name. Go
Many
ahead,
people say Metatron. Okay.
That's how people
Whoa, 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 wait, I'm not done yet.
Tommy.
In a channeled session, it came to me as Archangel Metatron. And I seem to think that that trumps that. Okay? I've seen it as Metatron, and I used to call him Metatron myself.
Yeah.
But after they corrected it, who am I to argue with them?
You know what, though? All you have to do is just think about that angel. It doesn't matter
That's
what
all.
name you're giving that angel.
No, that's the whole thing. You don't have to.
Yes.
'cause
Yes.
Your guardian angels, some people get to know them, some people get to know their names, some people hear their names, some people talk to them and hear their names and responses. All right? I happen to know the names of mine, but some people don't. But if you call one Bob and Lucy, it's the same thing. They're going to answer to that.
Yes.
Okay? Because their names, you couldn't say them anyway.
Unless they don't like the name Bob and Lucy. And they'll come and say, I don't like the name Bob and Lucy.
Claudia. We changed Lucy to Claudia. Is that okay?
Maybe they don't like
fine.
Claudia.
So can I show them
Yeah,
Metatron?
Show him Metatron.
Oh. This is Metatron.
He looks like a Roman.
Yeah, I was
He
going to
does.
say.
He does.
I was going to say, it looks like one of those statues you find, at the Coliseum or something.
Yeah.
Okay, Metatron. Now, Metatron is very powerful, as you're very aware,
Yes,
Tommy, and
yes.
I'm sure we all are here.
I'm
but-
not. I'm not.
Okay, well, Archangel
aware now. Be aware.
Metatron. Now, there's a belief about Metatron, and I happen to agree with this belief. But we all have, our own theories about things.
Okay.
That Metatron is really the only angel that had ever walked incarnate on this earth.
That's because he has a different name. That's true. That is true.
Yes,
That
That's
is
why
true.
he didn't have
There's
the IEO
two.
or something at the
Yeah.
end.
Enoch.
Yeah.
was-
There's two. There's
Well-
Metatron and
Well, Metatron was the scribe that would be called up to God. His name walking on this earth when he was incarnated was Enoch. And I know I'm saying that name right.
You are.
Enoch. Oh, thank you, Tommy. Okay. But he would be brought up to the heaven, and he would be by the right hand of God, and he would take down and be the Lord's scribe, and then he would be sent back down to earth. And then eventually God loved him and had such mercy on him because Metatron never really wanted to leave. Enoch never wanted to leave. Of course, when any of us that have ever had an experience on the other side temporarily, we want to stay there. So anyway, so then the Lord let him stay and made him an angel. And his name is Metatron.
Metatron.
Metatron is huge. He fills up a whole room.
Yes, he is. You should read the Book of Enoch. It's a
Keys of Enoch?
Yeah,
Keys of
it's fairly expensive. It's about $55 to $75.
You know the author is still alive?
Yeah, I'm sitting right here. No, I'm not kidding. It incorporates a lot of things, the Kabbalah and a lot of other stuff too. It's a book of mysticism, but yet it's something that I would tell you that you need to ascend a bit before you read that book.
I
Because
imagine.
that book has a
Sure.
lot of
Lot of
stuff that
stuff.
you may not be able to comprehend until you start the ascension process.
Takes a very long time to read that book.
Oh yeah.
And a lifetime, probably many lifetimes, to have many lifetimes to have an understanding of it. Absolutely.
Wow.
It's, yeah.
Anything else?
I never read the entire thing. I never get
It's hard to
through
read through the whole thing. It's like-
you have to do a little bit at a time and then
Absolutely.
really
Digest
go
it.
into a meditation about it, to have an understanding about it.
And when did they say he lived as a human?
Well, Metatron.
Metatron, oh my, like back before Moses.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's
Yeah.
5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but anyway, Metatron helps children that have disabilities such as autism. on the spectrum, or Asperger's.
Asperger's,
And yes, he works beautifully with them. And so, you know, I have some other angels here. Can I?
Yeah, let's
okay,
see.
Okay, well, this one. This is Archangel Jophiel. J-O...
P.
No, there's two ways of spelling it. Jophiel.
Did I just say it?
And Jofiel. So if you're Googling him or looking him up, because maybe you'd like more information about him. Now, Jophiel, as you can see here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a nice little...
Was that a cask of
it's
water?
it's a lantern.
Right,
Yes,
the lamp.
he's the one that lights the way. He's the one who lights the way through enlightenment and shines a light. And, you know, really beautiful. When I'm working on anything to do with the solar plexus, the power center, I work with Jophiel. He really helps a
I
lot.
call him and Jophiel and Haniel together. And,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Now, this is Archangel Uriel. Uriel's name means the fire of God. And his job is to actually instill the Holy Spirit into the hearts of men and women, into mankind. And he also goes right behind Michael in battle.
In battle, that's I always have
He backs him up.
when
huh?
I when
Backs
I
him
do
up.
my stuff, I always
Wow.
have Michael at front. I have on Raphael, I got Gabriel, and I got Uriel covering my
The
back.
four.
The four of them.
Absolutely.
I call in all the other archangels
Yes.
too, but they're the ones that surround me, that I keep, you know,
Yes.
for protection. But what were we just saying before about the?
What?
We're talking about Uriel. There was something.
Archangel
There was
Uriel.
something you said first. I wanted to comment on that, and I forgot what it was.
The fire of God. The fire of God. That's his
That's
name.
his
That
name,
is
yeah.
That's what it means.
This also represents love, too.
Yes.
Like you
yes.
go to Raphael for healing, you go to...
Uriel for
For
love,
love.
has a lot to do with love. And
Oh, that's what I was going to say. You were talking about that.
rose quartz really works beautifully
yes,
with.
I have it in my
Oh, yeah?
right in my bedroom.
I have
He helps. Again, it just slipped away because we got into another conversation. I don't want to say why that is. I'd like to think that it was a little brain poop. You know. So,
Having
anyway.
a senior moment, that's what it is.
No. I had moments when I was in my 20s.
I work the most with Archangel
Oh, that's what you always
Uriel.
saying, awakening the God presence in you.
Yes.
Uriel will help you do that.
And because I work with the Holy Spirit, I work tremendously with Uriel, and to share with everyone too, Uriel is actually my #1 guardian angel. So that's who has been with me throughout
And
this
yeah.
incarnation.
And like you told me, Zacchaeus
Walks
is
with
mine.
me.
And then I had a dream about him walking me through God's mansions. You know?
Beautiful.
He was
Wow.
huge. He's like, filled his room up. I
Oh
thought
yeah, they're big.
I could put my hand in his hand and I had like, you know,
They're
like a little
big.
child.
You know, I had a client where she had come to me because she was having there was a lot of animosity in her neighborhood, and I told her that I was going to post the 4 angels at her home, the 4 that you had just mentioned, which are Michael and Uriel and Raphael and Gabriel, and for each corner. And anyone can do that. If you want to have your home surrounded by your angels, that's a good way to do it.
Yes.
Put 1 at each corner. Well, anyway, she went home and she's calling me up and she's saying, "Oh, Mary, I didn't know they're so big. I didn't know they're so big."
Yes, they
She
are.
had no idea. So that made me realize she actually saw
Seeing it,
them
yeah,
then.
yeah.
She knew
See,
that they were there.
What you
Yes.
did by your
That was
by
that was evidence.
you telling her that, what you did is you removed the block
Yep.
And once you remove the block, these things happen. I don't see them often large like that, but when they're there, like when Uriel's there, I see the sparkles like you see on the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
I see the sparkles all over my bedroom. Like,
I've seen that.
I see the green, that's who they are.
I've seen sparkles in
You
my
know?
bedroom.
She sent me
I've
Raphael to come and help me. I was sick as a dog, and let me tell you something. I knew he was there because I was in a lot of pain. They were working on me, and then I call. I also call in. You all have a medical team that is assigned to you, and not everybody on that medical team is of this world.
No.
Okay, I have several Achurians on my medical team. Okay, and they are healers, galactic healers. And you have these things that are available to you. But once again, I have to stress to you, is to recognize the God presence in you, accept your angels, say it. You can, like I have posted around my home, millions of guardian angels under the, the guidance of the main archangels. And that's what I do. I have them inside my home and I have them outside my home. So nothing happens, you know what I mean? So that happens. If somebody has a specific problem and I'm sending a healing, I ask the angels of that specific problem to go to them and to work on them and to heal them, okay? We are just channels, we're the messengers to bring this, but you all have the ability, the faster that you recognize who you are not what you see, okay? You are a spirit having a human experience, not the other way around. Okay.
Right. You know what
I'm glad
people
you
can
agree.
do to run some healing energy for themselves with, but besides calling on the angels to help, lie down, especially when you're going to sleep, in the universal position, which is the left hand over the heart, the right hand over the solar plexus. And if you lay there, you can run healing energy for yourself.
Yes.
That's true.
I wanted to
Very
mention
good point.
that I've captured green Saint Raphael
Yes.
in pictures because I've captured a lot of orbs and entities
Orbs,
in my
yeah.
pictures. But one evening, my daughter and I were in the living room. The cats were watching stuff going by, and they were
Yeah, yeah.
flying around. There was a white one. I guess that might have been my father because I said, hey, are you not around? And then a green one, and I literally captured the cylinder of green cylinder all over because it was moving so quickly,
Raphael,
and we
yes.
took I think 150 pictures just
Oh.
with my phone, okay, just sitting there, and then they would land next to my daughter on the couch, and then they would fly around, and there would be cylinder because the camera captures the quick motion,
Yeah, it does. The iris
even
gets
though
it.
the eyes don't catch it. But it was amazing.
See your cats.
Absolutely
Your cats.
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'd like to share with you guys that when my father passed away, that was in 1984, I was very close with him, and he literally died in my arms. He was
I
at
had the
home
same
and
thing
died
happen.
in my arms. And my sister and I, after about a month, it was maybe about a month, maybe 2 months, maybe even a little longer, I don't know. We returned to my father's home, and we were in the bedroom where my father died, and this beautiful, I mean absolutely wonderful golden light came down. We were so upset because of where we were, and we miss our father so. And this beautiful golden light just shimmering down from the ceiling, shimmering beautifully and expanding and surrounding us, absolutely. And I truly feel that that was Archangel Jophiel
yeah.
shining his
Love.
light
His
on
love
us,
on
his
you.
love, and helping us see the light.
Yes.
Seriously, I don't mean to say a pun, but to see the light of really, and my father's in such a beautiful place.
Yes.
And I'm a medium, and I do a lot of readings. And whenever, just like what you had said before, when I connect with the other side, that's all that they're experiencing is love.
Yeah.
And there is no pain or sorrow or.
It's like such a concentration on a level that you cannot comprehend being in this, once again, 3D world.
Right.
Okay, because there's so much hatred in this world.
But that's the message that comes through from
So that-
anyone who's
that-
experienced it.
That's true.
It's love.
It is love, you know.
Pure
and
love.
when it comes to end of life issues, you know, it's at that point where you have to consider that if a person is like 91, I mean, what are you expecting to go to 93? You know what I mean? I mean, that's a quality life if you lived healthy all the way to then. You know what I mean? I hear, like, even my wife said to me, oh, my father died at 91 if he only didn't smoke. I said he probably would have died at 65. I said, you
Who
don't
knows?
know that.
That's
Yeah.
true. Sure.
You don't know that.
When your number's up, your number's up. That's it.
You can, the only person who really has, like, say somebody's dying, and if they're coherent in their head, and they haven't been in limbo going back and forth, this world, that world, this world, they're going to choose the other world, okay? So if they haven't gone into that limbo state where they're bouncing back and forth, they can ask for a life extension,
Oh, definitely.
okay?
Yeah.
And they probably get it. They probably
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
People have asked me to do that for people. I've done it by proxy. It's worked here and there. It's better when the person asks themselves.
I'll keep you here for
For
150 years,
for
Tommy.
something to
keep
extend
it
their
for
life.
150 years?
Tommy's going to be living
Well,
well,
still be as good looking as I am, huh? Yeah, you can say it.
We're going to
yeah.
prolong Tommy's life so we can keep doing the show.
That's good.
That's right.
You heard that, 150-year lease. Okay.
Outlive the studio.
Anyway, I was going on with that. You got quiet here. Anybody got
You know,
something to say?
can I say something
Go
in
ahead.
reference to, since we're on the topic of end of life? It's very important, especially as healers. And a lot of healers, unfortunately, are not taught this. But the Native American people realize this. When a soul has left the body, very important to open up all the chakras,
And
all
release.
7, to let the spirit out gently and easily and to fly.
What I do, when people ask me, you know, they have a loved one that's passing away or whatever it is, what I do is I call in the troops. I call them all in, and I tell them, surround this person and help them to ease out of this world and into the next.
Yes.
All right? Keep in mind one thing, the person who passes away physically is, the only thing that's dying is the envelope you come wrapped in.
Exactly.
Okay, that's the only thing that passes away because it has a limited time to it. Okay, you are essence, you are
Has an
spirit.
expiration date.
Well, yes, you are. Keep them in a refrigerator. Anyway, you are spirit, and that spirit continues, and that person goes to the other side, has a life review, and then may return as another child or a nephew or whatever it is, could, or if they have ascended to the point where they've completed their task here on earth, then they stay in heaven. And that's what you shoot for. You want to ascend to that point, okay? A lot of people say that, you know, death is only the beginning. That's true, it is. Because all you do is you recycle out of this world and into the next.
You know that Reiki will help a person move on if they're struggling to get out.
Yes.
And I found that out quite by accident, actually, because I had a dog years ago who took a heart attack in the house, and he laid down, and he wasn't moving, and I gave him Reiki. And a couple of weeks later, I talked to a person who was a psychic, and she said, "You did something to help your dog along." I said, "Well, I gave him Reiki." She said, "Yeah, well, that helped the dog to
He's
move
here.
on." He's here?
He's here. He
What's
just
his
came
name?
up. I don't know what his name is, but he put his paws on me, and I felt it.
That's Fred.
Fred?
Fred.
Okay, lay down,
There's
Fred.
been,
He
there's
was a
been
wonderful
presences
dog.
here.
Yeah, but this was
the
just
whole
touching
time.
me.
Well,
Oh,
when Claudia
talk
stayed with
about
me-
that. I want to know,
When
like,
you
what's
stayed
here?
the first
Who's
time
here?
that you came here, and
Yes.
you were at my apartment, and you said, "What's all this?"
There's all these entities
all
flying
these
around.
entities
What is
flying
going
around.
on
And I
here?
said, "That was the dogs."
I said, what kind of activity did you have in this house? Why are there all these? And then she says, I had a lot of dogs. And I said, oh my God, that's what
Yeah.
I'm seeing. Because they were flying around all over the place.
Yeah.
And
Well,
there
they were
was
very
so much
happy. They were very happy there.
a lot of activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, you pass that dog, it helped him pass over easier.
I know.
What happens is you want the person's, when his soul, his essence leaves the body, to go in love and go to where he belongs.
And
You know?
gently go.
Yes, yes.
Right.
So a lot of times people ask me, I've done it for several people, they ask me for an end-of-life prayer.
Well, you could even
And I
send
do that.
Reiki to someone after they have passed
Yes.
to help them to get used to and acclimated to the other side.
Right. That's what my Jack is doing.
Yes.
My little dog, he does
Yeah.
that. He does it with children. He's assigned to children to help them assimilate to being back in heaven. Because children pass away
Children
like we
pass,
do.
sure, babies
Jack
die.
is-
Yeah, and they don't know why. They're in limbo because they don't understand what happened to them.
Right.
You know.
You know, you were talking before, and you brought up a couple of times, Tommy, about the eyes. And I just want to add this one little note, because when I'm doing a past life regression for a client, when I'm guiding them through that, I always tell them ahead of time, whoever you see, look in their eyes. Then you're going to know who it was from your lifetime now. That's how you'll recognize them. Not whether they're a man or a woman, or they're black, or they're white, or they're red, or they're yellow.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly. But that's how you know, because the eyes truly are the window to the soul, because that's it.
It's
And
the window.
souls recognize each other, even though you don't know where you know this person from.
Yes.
That happens
Souls
very
recognize
often. That person
each
looks
other.
familiar, but I
Yeah.
can't place him or
Yeah.
something, you know?
Yes,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, that
Have
happens.
you experienced that?
Yeah, sure. Sometimes you feel a connection with someone and you're
Like,
like, I
it's
know
instant. It's
why,
absolutely
but you know
instant.
that there's a connection somewhere.
That's true.
Just like a deja vu, you feel like you've been somewhere
Yes,
and you
yes.
never really were there, but perhaps maybe
You
in
must have
another
been
life
there at
or
some point,
Didn't you
yes.
just say that? Okay, I'm just kidding.
What was that?
I'm just breaking them.
My question is, what about when someone donates their eyes? Does that confuse things for
No,
people?
but they could still
No.
see, I'm
No,
sure.
because they already have passed. Their soul the essence has passed with the soul has passed. So that's the physical part. But what I meant was, it's like the energy. I'm looking in your eye. You have beautiful eyes. What do you have? Green?
Thank you. Yeah.
Green eyes? They're beautiful.
Thank you.
And but you see the sparkle and the light and the beautiful energy in your eyes, and that's your life energy. And in order to recognize when you're connecting with the other side, say, okay,
Right.
when you're looking in the eyes, that you're able to connect with that energy of the eye.
Oh,
You see
okay.
what I'm saying? So it isn't like,
So
yeah,
even
you
if I
donate-
passed on and I donated my eyes, it's not just clearly the eyes,
Right,
it's
but
the eyes and the
That's just
energy
like if you
connection.
donated
Well,
your
when-
kidneys or your
it's
liver or
it's probably one of the
Question, though.
greatest.
That was
yeah.
a good question.
That
Nobody
was.
ever asked me that
Well,
before.
it's probably the greatest gift you can give a blind person is give
Yes,
them your eyes, because
absolutely.
they're going to see for the first time what it is you've enjoyed. Okay? And God blessed your eyes while they were with you, and they're going to go to somebody else. They're going to see that love.
Yes.
Okay? Don't forget, when somebody is blind or you lose a sense, all your other senses increase.
They
Yeah.
get heightened, yeah.
Okay, so can you imagine what the euphoria must be like for a person who gets eyesight, and then for the first time, and not just seeing shadows and vague things? I mean, it must be unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I think I saw on Facebook a video of a little boy who finally was able to see the face of his mother, and the absolute total delight.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, we got to
Well,
start
there's a
to wrap.
program on
We got to start to
television
wrap
now
this
about
up.
things like that.
We have 3 minutes, so anybody want to wrap up? They know about your place in Waretown, the Hope Hypnosis.
Yes, and hopehypnosis.com. You can read my angel column. It's online, or on my Facebook page, Mary Silvernail Astrologer. And you can also read your horoscope column. But all my columns are on my Facebook and on hopehypnosis.com.
Okay. We also have a Facebook page for Tuning Into Your Angels. Feel free to check it out and leave comments or read the stuff and see the videos, whatever we have up there. Claudia, you want to give them your information, contact?
Well, you can find me through Tommy. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you actually,
Tommy
you
knows where to
actually
find
could.
me. No,
you know?
Tuning Into Your Angels, and I have a little chapel in the country called Our Lady of Grace of Marquette, if you want to look that up on Facebook. But basically, you can find us here. Once in a while, we like to film and a new show and meet new people, and I'm very happy to have met
Let's try to
Mary
do
today.
this twice a year.
Yes, or a little
At
bit more.
least.
A
All right,
little bit more.
maybe a little
more.
bit more,
Yes.
maybe quarterly. We'll try to do
Yeah,
that
that would be
quarterly.
good.
All right. In the meantime, we have to wrap up. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Antonio's Bookstore, who provided the food in Tottenville, and Aardvark Pest Control in Great Kills. And I'd like to thank everyone for showing up here today and coming, my crew and my audience and the staff here
And
at
our
the
guests.
facilities here at CTV, and Spectrum, formerly Time Warner. Okay. Anything else? Did I miss anybody?
Yeah, I want to thank our guests and
I'm glad you did that. I forgot. They're only here.
and the angels for
Yes.
being here and helping you guys, and thank you for teaching me and all of us out there.
Thank you for having me here. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, thank you.
Chris?
Yes.
1 minute. Make it quick.
Well, there's nothing more really to say except watch Spiritual Exploration.
She comes on at 10. I come on at 9.
Right.
Friday nights.
Friday night.
Watch that.
Start at 9
Okay.
o'clock. Channel 35 on Fios, Channel 79 on Spectrum.
And I
And we're
And
all
also YouTube.
we're on YouTube. We're constantly on YouTube. There's so many shows there. So between the
and
both of us.
thanks to Christine that I'm here, because I started with her on.
That's
that was
right,
with
That's
my
right.
first show.
That's
Was
right.
with Christine.
Well,
And
we
then I
met
met you-
because
I
of
met you 'cause of
because
Steve.
of Steve
Yes.
DiGennaro.
That's right.
He had that thing on that.
All right,
in
Steve,
that
step
film.
out and take
We're
a
all
bow in front of the
connected.
camera.
We're
Show
all
the head.
connected
Yeah, like this. He's
We're all
camera shy. He's only an actor. Anyway.
All right,
All right,
well,
so let's say goodbye now.
peace,
Bye.
everybody. Bye.
Many
Bye.
blessings.
Music maestro.